So my clock went off and it has been an hour. This video is all about finding time to sew. I am excited because I'm gonna show you how productive I can be. And you might believe it, you might not. I'm gonna set the timer for 20-minute increments and I'm gonna do it like a time lapse, but it's just gonna show you, you're gonna get an idea of how much you can actually get done like in 20 minutes. Set timer for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. This is our kitchenette type room where I love the countertop because it's the perfect length for me to cut my fabric, but it gets kind of overtaken with fabric and no one comes down here. I don't ever have to clean it up. I don't want it to be like this, and so I just have to clean it up. And so I'm just sorting through different things. Like I got my car seat cover fabric over here, just different projects that I'm doing that I need to sort through, because really my fabric hobby and sewing should only be limited to one room. And right now it's so out of control, kind of, and I don't like it. So did you notice that cutting mat there on the floor? When I cut out dresses and just mostly whenever I am cutting out fabric that I'm making, my wardrobe sewing, I use that mat because I can lay all my fabric out evenly, and so that's where I cut my fabric. Okay, time's up. It's been 20 minutes. Now all that's left is what I'm cutting up for today, and then the floor is cleared off. I do need to tackle this bin of fabric and go through this other, let me show you, that is next. First, I'm just going to label some Ziploc bags so that I know where to sort these fabrics. So right now I'm writing down scrunchies. I'm going to have another one that says key fobs and then another one that says hotpads. So I'm trying to decide what bins I'm going to put my fabrics in, because that trash bin, this one right here, I have 20 minutes to get through it. So I have this measuring tape that I'm going to use that is going to show me what fabrics are going to be as hot pads. And let me set my timer here for 20 minutes. Which is the key to accomplishing this task. I'm either going to throw it out or I'm going to keep it, and I need to decide within 20 minutes. Let me know if you use this method. It's also called like time blocking. This is the best way that I have found to get so much work done, because people are always asking me like, how do you get so much stuff done? And this is basically what I do. So the cotton strips that are 3 inches wide, I'm going to put in my key fobs bin. And then the rayon challis and the knit fabrics that are 4 inches wide, I'm going to put in my scrunchies bin. And also the length has to be 20 inches in length. So that is how I'm deciding what I'm keeping and what I'm not. And then if I find a square that's like 10 by 10, then that one will be put in my hot pads bin. I would love to hear what you do with your scraps. The ones in this black metal bin is what I'm taking to the dumpster. I've heard some people will even save their scraps to use, like they'll fill them in with pillows. People do all kinds of sorts of things with their scraps, but right now I am just going to throw these out because I know that by the time I'm going to make a pillow again, I'm going to have so many more scraps. So let me know what you do with your scraps, because people come up with some great ideas. Okay, so I'm kind of done. I've gotten to the bottom. I don't see anything else that I really like. So I'm just going to be done with this task and move on. Everything I'm just going to throw away because I need to work on my second bin. This next bin of fabric is kind of fun. It's mostly all of my cotton fabrics, and I am just going to go through it. And again, I'm going to sort it into like key fobs, or this one right here is so pretty. I'm going to use it for the backing of a hot pad. Another reason why I don't like to keep a lot of fabric is because then I feel like I can't buy any new fabrics. So let me know, because I know a lot of you guys hoard fabric. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. That's not a bad thing at all if you like to hang on to your fabric. Let me know how old you have, because like some of you will be like, oh, I got this fabric like 20 years ago. So leave me a comment and let me know the age of you, like the most oldest fabric you have, if that makes sense. Here's a long strip of double brush poly that I can use for a scrunchie. This fabric right here is so beautiful. I made my daughter a dress out of it, and so this one can be used for the back of some hot pads. And just a friendly reminder, if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Oh my gosh, have you ever made clothes for your dogs? This one I've been hoping to make for my mom's dog. Okay, check it how cute this fabric is. Look, it says fancy, colorful. Okay, this one I am definitely going to keep. Okay, I'm just going to speed some things up here. I think I've went through everything that I need to, putting them in baggies, putting them back in the bins, and I think I got rid of quite a few fabrics, so I'm happy with that, and so now I'm just going to start moving on. I get these labels from $1, and this is my key fobs bin, and so I'm just going to write down the measurements. It's like 3 inches by 10, so I'm just going to write that down on here, and these are all the scraps that I'm going to cut at 3 inches by 10. The next bag is my scrunchies bag, and all of the scraps in here are 4 inches by 20 or 4 inches by 40, depending on if it's a kid's scrunchie or an adult scrunchie. So I'm just going to label this one with the measurements, and everything that I cut at those measurements will be put in this bag. Okay, so it's been about like an hour and a half. I cleaned my like kitchen area room, did 2 things of scraps, got them in the garbage, sorted out a lot of fabrics. And so I'm gonna go for now, but I will be back because tomorrow I'm going to be cutting my strips of fabrics and like sorting those into like key fobs and hot pads. And then I'm also going to be cutting clothes out that I'm going to sew up for my daughter. So I will see you tomorrow. Hi guys. Okay, so remember yesterday I went through all my fabric scraps, okay? So today I'm just going to I'm gonna time myself for 20 minutes and see how much of this stuff I can cut up, because I'm gonna cut my cottons into, let me see here, into 2.5-inch strips, and then I'm going to cut my scrunchies into 4-inch strips, because I have my tablet right here and then I just stick them in my baggies. And I'm going to set timer for 20 minutes, and then
20 minutes counting down.
And so let's get started. Okay, let's try for a different song. How about this one? I feel like I'm a lot more productive when I can get like all the cutting done at one time, and then I'll spend a lot of time ironing a bunch of fabric as well. And then, of course, the fun part, I will have all kinds of items that are just ready to sew for me whenever I have like a couple of minutes to sew. Me, how much is left on the timer?
The timer has about 2 minutes and 22 seconds left.
Okay, another 20 minutes, and I've laid out the pattern pieces, and this is going to be a dress for my daughter that I'm going to hurry and cut out. Okay, so I'm not sure why my timer shut off, but I do still have about 9 minutes left, and I cut out all the fabric. Right now, I'm just going to label this the top of the skirt, because I'm dealing with this corduroy and it has a nap. So if I were to flip this way, it would look like a different color. So let me label those and I'll be right back. Okay, so what do you think about all of that? I mean, I'm like really impressed, even like watching it going forward, at how much stuff that you could get done, like even like in 20 minutes. The reason why I do 20-minute increments is because I will start to kind of get antsy and need to like move on to something else. But this is actually what I was able to get cut up. Is I'm gonna do, this is just gonna be a shirt for my daughter made out of this French terry. I'm not sure if I like this one, but we'll see how it goes. And then I cut out this that you probably saw. This is just going to be a pair of pajamas for my daughter. And then I cut her out the corduroy, which is going to be the Simplicity 9200. Let me know if I should make another video that also shows like a time lapse, and I'm going to be sewing up these clothes. I don't know. I'm thinking now that I have them all cut up, I am thinking I can get it done. Well, all three. Well, let's just say I think I can get this one done in 1 hour. Good morning. It's really early. but I am going to take an hour and try to sew up a dress for my daughter because the temperatures have dropped. I think it's even gonna snow tomorrow. And so I wanna make her this cute dress that I had cut out. So I'm just gonna see how much I can get done within an hour. So you can just watch me sew and we'll see what happens. So believe it or not, I kind of feel like I'm pretty productive. And the reason why I'm thinking is because I work during the day. So the time that I have when I'm not at work, I just really have to make it count. So for you, if you don't work, you might not have the urgency that someone like me has to make every minute count. Okay, I feel like this pattern is so easy. So I wanted to talk to you about it for a minute. It's kind of like a raglan top. Now I'm going to sew the back on. And these really, I'm going to label this the back because you can't really tell what the front of the back is. So now I'm just going to sew the back to the sleeves and then folding the collar. This one's easy because you don't even have like a collar thing to mess with. You just fold it down and you slide the elastic through it. This one is really easy, but it's really important to label them because right now if I hold it up, you don't know what is the sleeve, what is the front or the back. So I labeled this one the back. Now I'm going to construct the sleeves and sew down the little waist here on both sides. Okay, now I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew down the ruffle to the bodice, and I'm also going to sew down the neckline right here because this doesn't need a stretch. This is going to be the elastic casing. And then this one I'm just going to sew down, but then I'm going to run it through my serger, so I don't get the pop stitches. So let's go to my sewing machine. So I've sewed down the sides of my skirt and I serged them, and now I'm just going to sew them to the bodice. And so I'm just matching the side seams. I'm tucking the bodice in and I'm going to clip them. And my daughter takes all my clips, so I guess I only have 2. Okay, so I'm just being really delicate so that these ruffles don't come out. Let me make sure I got this. I've labeled it the front and the back, so that's the front. So I'm just fitting this in. Also serging the bottom of the skirt so that I can fold it in and finish the hem while I'm going over to my sewing machine. This is part of my technique of saving time. So I want to sew everything I can while I'm at my sewing machine, and then I want to do all the serging that I can in one step while I'm at my serger. Went off. Let me turn this up so you guys can see me. So my clock went off and it has been an hour. So I didn't get this done in 1 hour. I still need to fold this down and put the elastic in it, but it's almost done. Although I think I'm going to add some pockets to the front. But anyways, I think that this was a good video. Let me see. Kind of gives you an idea on how I get a lot of things done. I do have some other videos over here to inspire you to sew. And I'm gonna let you guys go for now. I will also see you on Friday, and hopefully I will have some finished makes to show you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy sewing. Bye guys.